Hi, fellow crocheters. It's Janet with bddpatterns.com. Thank you so much for stopping by today. In this video, I'm going to show you just how easy it is to crochet a sleeveless ribbed sweater. Let's go. Let's talk about our ingredients for this beautiful sleeveless sweater. I used Karen All Day Cotton, and it's mercerized cotton sew. I just love it. It's super soft and it works up, and it has a really substantial luxury feel to it when it's done, and you'll see when you complete this project. And for this particular size, which is a size extra small, it will fit up to a 34-inch full bust. You must measure yourself for this. This is a snug fitting garment, and don't guess by the fact that it's labeled an extra small. When you crochet something, it's not based on street size measurements. It's based on actual measurements. So you must measure. All right, these have, let's see, 173 yards in each skein. Again, I need 3, and the color is cloud gray. A 5mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, and yeah, you can't really do a yarn needle without a yarn needle threader, my favorite. A couple of stitch markers, safety pins, and I should note that these are optional. A row counter ring, my fave. A pair of sharp scissors. Get this scissor necklace. You'll never lose your scissors again. And of course, a measuring tape. All right, let's crochet. To begin, go ahead and chain 61 stitches. Next, you're going to simply single crochet into the second chain from the hook and then into the remaining stitches across. So what that means is we're going to be working over 60 stitches for most of this project. Now, I want you to find that second chain. There's the first one. There's the second one, but we are going to single crochet into the back bump or back bar of each chain. We're not going to go in as we normally would, but we're going to go right into that back bar. Here we are at the end of our first row, and now we're going to go into our second row, which is our repeat row. So at the end of each row going forward, you're going to want to chain 1 and turn. Now the first stitch is going to be just a simple single crochet, and then the stitches going forward, stopping before the last stitch, will be single crochets but into the back loop of each stitch. So on the top here, if you've never done this before, it's really simple. There's the stitch, and normally you would just go right into there, just like we did over here. You can see that from the side. But we're going to go into the top, but we're going to go into the loop that's farthest away from us, and that's called back loop only or back loop crochet. And the stitch that we're doing, again, is just a single crochet. So single crochet into that back loop, and again do that until you reach the second to last stitch, or in other words the stitch right before the last stitch, and we'll do that together, and then you're going to simply repeat this row. Now that you've completed 59 crochet stitches, we're going to just do a regular crochet, not a back loop crochet, but a regular crochet into that last stitch. And we're going to chain 1, and turn. Just to recap what we did so far, we single crocheted into the first row, and then into the second row, which is our repeat row, we did a single crochet into the first stitch, back loop single crochets into the next 58 stitches, and then a regular single crochet and a chain one into the last stitch. So just repeat this row until you have 46 total rows. Now that you've completed 46 rows, we are going to work on the armhole shaping, and it's just super simple. You're just going to chain one like you normally did and turn. And again, single crochet into that first stitch. Back loop single crochet into the next 34 stitches. Just continue up until you hit that 34th stitch. All right, we need to get up to 36 stitches, so that means we're going to have to do one more back loop single crochet, and then go ahead and single crochet as you normally would into that 36th stitch. Chain one, and we will be turning, but before that, these stitches right here are going to represent the armhole, so we're going to leave those unworked. All right, we need to get up to 36 stitches, so that means we're going to have to do one more back loop single crochet, and then go ahead and single crochet as you normally would into that 36th stitch. Chain one, and we will be turning, but before that, these stitches right here are going to represent the armhole, so we're going to leave those unworked. Now we're going to be working over 36 stitches for 3 more rows. So it's just a repeat of the previous row, just on a different, level or amount of stitches. So single crochet into the first stitch, back loop single crochet into the next 34 stitches, and then regular single crochet into that last stitch. And then you're going to do that 2 more times. So you're going to come up here, or down here, I'm sorry, to the hemline, and then back up, and then down here, so you'll be ending on the hemline. So that means that you're adding an additional 4 rows for this armhole shaping here, which is going to give you a total of 50 rows. All right, now that we have completed our first panel, just go ahead and fasten off. Now you're going to want to grab your yarn needle, a yarn needle threader if you have one, and 2 safety pins. And oh yes, a measuring tape. Now you just want to decide which side you want to be as the right side, and then go ahead and face those panels together. Now just note, one panel will have 1 tab or 1 armhole shaping, and then the other panel has the same, but the one is on the bottom and then the one is on the top. In my instance, the one that's on the top is the one that has the one facing to the left, and then the one that's on the bottom has the one that's facing to the right. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to complete our shoulder seams. So get ready to work on that. Okay, my piece is reaching 13 inches at the top, and that's the measurement that we're going to use to calculate the where the neck opening will be. So I want my neck opening to be 10 inches. So that means the center has to have 10 inches, 5 on this side and 5 on this side of the center. So 10 minus 13 is 1.5 inches. So we need to just simply mark are 1.5 inches. And what I do is, to make it easy on myself, I just safety pin it. That way I'm sure that we're okay. And that, you know, my seams are going to be even, because I've had that happen to me before. It's just not a fun thing. So you want to do the same thing on the other side. And again, that's just 1.5. And what I do too is I look and see, okay, so I've got 2, 4, 6, 7. So 2, 4, 6, 7 is in between the ridge. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that these are lined up. And then I'm going to put my safety pin right there. Now grab your yarn and thread your yarn needle and go ahead and sew those seams together. So this is going to be your center amount here. It's going to have, like I said, it's going to have 10 inches here. That's going to be plenty big to get your head in, no matter what size it is. All right, I got my first shoulder seam together, and I figured I would show you how I did the seam. You can sew it however you want. Everybody has their favorite technique. I just like, for this kind, I like to whip stitch. So what I did was, when I joined my yarn, I tied it to the tail that was already there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just do a simple whip stitch. But I am going to go over those tails. I'm just going to line them up just like that. And I'm just going to sew a simple whip stitch, which is just like this, so that I can cover the tails, and just go slow. This is intentional. You want to make sure that your rows are lining up, because you want it to be nice and neat. And then, like I said, don't pull too tight, but don't go loosey-goosey either. Just stay right in the middle and you'll be fine. And then just make sure that your whip stitch, your loop, is going over. And again, making sure that you're going into both panels, the front and the back, because you want this to be secure. And then when you get to that last stitch, you definitely want to do that twice, because that's a stress point. So you've got a stitch here in the end, which has a knot. And then when you get to that last stitch, you'll want to go ahead and do that too. And just, like I said, just go slow with this. Be intentional about it, because it has to look neat. This is a very simple, again, pattern. And you want to make the seam as simple too, but you want to make it as neat as possible. Now you can see right here, that's like, we're going into that last stitch, which again, we determined previously that that was the seventh row there. All right, and I'm going to go in one more time. Okay, so I'm going to go in, like I said, one more time. I don't want to lose my my yarn here, so I'm just going to be very careful. But I am going to go into that last stitch just one more time, just to make sure that that stress point is secure. Then I'm going to secure it to this way. All right, now I'm going to cut off these tails here, because we have encased them with the stitches, so I'm not going to have to worry about those. And then hopefully you've got a little bit longer tail than I do, but I think I can still do it. If not, I'll get my hook. But just simply weave your tail. There you go, just like that. And then all you're going to do now is turn your top right side out. But before you do that, I like to give mine just a little bit of a finger press, just to give those seams, make them a little flatter. Just give it a finger press. You can also steam those if you want. I don't find that necessary. This pattern is just too simple. The stitches are not that long. But now you can see that's the neck. So next, we're simply going to crochet a single crochet stitch up the side and yes, on the right side out. So make sure that you press those seams with your finger and definitely turn your top right side out. All right, let's do this side stitch or this side seam together, excuse me. So you want to line up your stitches, and that's the key to making this flawless. So here's my first stitch here, the front panel, and here's my first stitch of the back panel. So I'm just going to insert my hook into those 2 stitches. So that means I've got 4, as you can see, 4 loops on my hook here. Then I'm just going to grab my yarn. I'm going to hold on to it because you want to secure that. Pull through those stitches, chain 1, and then single crochet back into those stitches. But here's what you want to do. You want to grab those 2 tails and you want to start crocheting right over them. But just make sure, it's a little hard to see the first couple of stitches. Just make sure you're lining those up. I just like move this over to the side, and then I've lined up my stitches, but I'm still crocheting over them. And that way I don't have to weave these guys. And any tail that I don't have to weave puts a smile on my face every single time. And it should yours too. But it's that easy. Just going into both stitches, the front and the back panel, doing your single crochet stitch. And you can always trim any little excess because cotton yarn splits. I don't care what kind you're using. It just happens. Okay, so we've got our tails covered. And now we're just going to continue along doing our single crochet stitch. Just be intentional about this. Don't be too tight. Don't be too loose. Just have a normal stitch. And I just find that if I take my time with this part, my seam always comes out so nice. All right. And just continue up until you are in this last, or this is the 36th stitch from the bottom, and you've lined everything up. And then what's going to happen is you're not going to have to turn it right side out first, but you're going to have, this is the seam on the opposite side. And as you can see, it's very integrated into the pattern. All right, when you're done with that, you simply weave that tail when you get up there, and you are done. You don't even have to turn it right side out. Thank you so much for crocheting with me today. Hey, if you made this top, would you please let me know? Just tag me on your social media at BDD Patterns. Thanks and have a blessed day.